o'clock. 9 o'clock, we'll call the meeting to order. All rise for the pledge of our American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please assume attitude of prayers. Master Russell will lead us in prayer this morning.
Father, thank you this morning. You allow us to gather at the court. We try to run the county the best that we can, make wise decisions. Pray we always look to you for wisdom and guidance in those decisions that we make. Pray that you be with those in our court family that might be sick, might need a healing hand placed upon them. Also pray that you might be with those in harm's way this morning, that you might be with them, protect them, watch over their family, and hold them separated. Pray that you go with us now throughout the remainder of this meeting. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. With the prayer and the pledge, that brings us to line item number 3 on our agenda this morning, approval of the minutes from our April 13th, 2026 meeting. Motion on the floor by Manager Carrico to approve the minutes from April 13th, 2026 meeting, second by Manager Medley. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Line number 4, the third quarter report. Should have been in your packet. Everyone had a chance to review the third quarter report for fiscal year 25-26. Motion on the floor, Master Divine, to approve the third quarter report from Treasurer Robin Schrader as presented. Is there a second? Second. Second by Master Russell. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Line item number 5, presentation of the proposed 26-27 budget. You all should have that in front of you, correct? Let the record show that we presented that budget to the court on Friday, April the 24th. The deadline to do so is May the 1st. So you gentlemen have that. We won't discuss it today. You study it. Let the record show the treasurer's handing out their budget. We won't discuss it today much because we got the budget workshop on Monday. That's when we'll delve into it and make changes if necessary. And there are some things that may be changed that I'm still waiting on numbers from quotes on stuff. So some of the numbers I've got plugged in are just estimates. I'm waiting on actual quotes on stuff. So they could go up or down depending on what comes in. Line item number 6.
That's in May for the budget.
May 4th, 9 o'clock, Monday morning. Yep. Not this coming Monday, next Monday. Yep. Yes, sir. That brings us line item number 6 on our agenda. Second reading of an ordinance for financing for projects. This will be the second reading of an ordinance 2026-01, an ordinance approving a lease for financing of a project, providing for payment and security for lease, creating sinking fund, authorizing the execution of various documents related to such lease, and making certain designations regarding such a lease. And this is for the road department as needed loan if we need it. This will be the second reading, and it has been approved by Department of Local Government. Motion on the floor by Manager Carney to approve the second reading of ordinance 2026-01 and seconded by Manager Medley. Any discussion? And all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Line number 7, the Washington County Jail report from Washington County Jailer Joe Mudd.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, sir.
Washington County Jail report for the month of March 2026. We had 30 males arrested and transported, 8 females arrested and transported, no juveniles placed. There were 4 bonds written, 1 transport order, 3 pickup orders, and 12 court runs. Total runs was 58, total miles 1,766. Including in the above was 2 from the Ark, the rest from the Ark, and 1 from Isaiah House. Inmates this time last year in Marion County were 25, in Taylor County were 2, Nelson County there were 3. Currently, as of this morning, we have 2 in Taylor County, 20 in Marion County, 0 in Nelson County, and 1 in Oldham County. And your back page shows the people currently that are in Marion County this morning. Any questions?
No questions for Joe? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next on agenda would be the Washington County Office of Emergency Management. Kevin Devine, Director.
Morning, everyone.
Morning, sir.
Still working with FEMA and EUDS and Brad Spalding on the FEMA projects. They're moving along a little bit. I think May 1st, they're going to start on Hayden Brothers. They're correct. And they've already started on Murray Lane. And we've gotten the money for Hayden Brothers. The rest of them, we're still waiting on FEMA to get back in working from the shutdown to start getting money out. They're all kind of just waiting there right now. So hopefully we'll get some movement on that pretty soon. We're getting our money in for that. But with them out, there's not much we can do right now. So, but we are moving along, getting the work done on those projects. Attended a 3-day class in Jessamine County on EOC operations, and attended another one in Jessamine County on donations management. In Gary County, had a rapid needs assessment class that I went to. Also attended a meeting yesterday with Nelson County, Marion County, Lincoln Trail Ad, and the fire departments on dive team resources. Plus, we also are going to start meeting regularly and discussing what each county has, what we can offer to the table, and try to work together more and do some trainings and stuff. And that way, we can, if we need stuff, we know what they've got and who's going to be who to call for it and all that stuff. So that would be a real good thing if we could do that, because we do work together a lot, the 3 counties. So that's something that we're trying to start up. So appreciate Lincoln Trail Ad help with that, and Nelson County help get that started. So also Tanya Overson got her new home was revealed this month. That got finished for her, so I attended that. And I got all my monthly reports turned into Frankfurt. So that's all I have.
Questions for Kevin? Good report. Nobody has any questions? Thank you. Next on the agenda, line number 9, it would be Washington County Sheriff's report from Sheriff Pinkston.
Morning, Judge. Morning, Court.
Morning, sir.
My report is for March. We worked 24 accidents, 7 injury, 1 alcohol related. We had 41 e-warrants served, 20 warrantless arrests, and 22 citations written. In our case reports, we had 23 of those, which included various stuff: wanton endangerment, assault, fleeing, evading police, possession, drug paraphernalia. Canine Viper had 10 reports. We served 170 papers, which 37 of those are bench warrants, different things like that, mental inquest. And we had 72 civil summonses served, 11 juvenile summons, 4 motions and orders, 4 protective order summons, 33 subpoenas, and 9 criminal complaint summons. And we had 25 carry conceal license, 10 vehicle unlocks. We had 9 papers at Crown. And we had 3 county attorney statement investigations, 41 vehicle/ATV inspections. We had 4 motorist assists, and we had 3 papers out at the Isaiah House.
Y'all been busy.
Yes, sir.
The Canine Viper's been busy too.
Yes, we're doing a good job.
That's good news. That's great to hear. Questions for Sheriff Pinkston?
Thank you, Court.
Thank you. Line number 10 would be the road department report. Road Supervisor Tommy Warner.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
We got the blacktop done on Rock Bridge and Hillsborough Lane. Done that on April 15th through the 17th. It was on the agenda to do last year, Hayden Materials, they just ran out of time due to weather. So they put us on the front part of their list for this year. We used some old concrete that come from the sidewalks downtown down here to fix, several erosion problems at Murray Lane, Turning Long Lick, and Forest. We've used it in numerous spots for that. We're getting the tractors and the mowers ready for mowing season. As of right now, we're probably looking at starting mowing on May the 4th, for the first cycle. We got oil and rock for the patch machine. It's up and running right now. And, JT Mattingly passed the CDL permit and started school on Monday the 20th.
Questions for Tommy?
JT's working out pretty good. Real good, yep. Yep. Yep, I think he'll be good.
And that concrete he's referring to is what the city gave us, the old sidewalks. It's coming in handy as can be and didn't cost us a dime.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the perfect debris because it doesn't have rebar in it. It's just 5 to 6 inch slabs of concrete, bust into chunks. It's great. We still got quite a bit of it.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah,
if it takes 3 or 4 years to use it up, so what? We've got it. Didn't cost us
that's
nothing.
right.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all.
Next up, item number 11, Washington County EMS Director Mike Phillips' report.
Morning, everyone.
Morning, sir.
EMS report for the month of March 2026. EMS had 172 total calls. 127 of those were transported. 103 of them went to the emergency rooms. 24 of them went to non-emergency room facilities, homes, doctor's offices. 0 helicopter runs. 8 of them were at ARC. We made no runs to Isaiah House. 18 of them to Springfield Nursing and Rehab. 4 of them to Sandsbury. We picked up 19 patients from Springview Hospital and brought them back to Washington County. 40 of them were no transports. 5 of them were canceled. 0 lift assist and 0 standby. We billed out $116,807. We received in $44,464. We contractually adjusted $37,948. We sent $7,852 to the collection agency. They brought in $47 and sent us a check for $33. I attended the HERA meeting, the PSAP meeting, and the Springview EMS transportation meeting.
Questions for Mike? If no questions, he has an A on the agenda.
A is a 2-part. Need to make fiscal court aware of and put it in the minutes that Dr. Freeman is taking a job back at Paducah in his hometown. So he resigned his position as the medical director effective May 1st.
So I'll entertain a motion to accept his resignation. Motion on the floor, Master Miller, to approve the resignation of Dr. Clifford Freeman. Is there a second? Second by Bradford Russell. Any discussion? Hearing all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Brett, do you have a copy? They might give you a copy of that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Mike, fire away.
Based on that resignation, I am requesting fiscal court approval to hire Dr. Carrie Gussler as a salaried part-time medical director, replacing Dr. Freeman. Dr. Gussler's rate of pay will be $500 per month.
Is that the same as the other one?
No, it's $100 more.
Who's this guy from?
Hodgins.
I'll make a motion to accept the hiring of that individual.
Motion on the floor, Magic Clerical, to approve the hiring of Dr. Carrie Gussler as part-time medical director at a rate of $500 per month effective May 1st, 2026. Is there a second? I'll second that. Second by Magistrate Carney. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Or opposed, nay. Motion carries. That takes care of your A, and now you have a B, correct?
Correct. Based on your all's approval of the bid for the new vehicle and the trade-in, I'm requesting fiscal court approval to surplus vehicle, the 2015 3500 Chevy Type 3 ambulance. I don't need to read the VIN.
No. Just needs to be in the minutes. So basically, remember, we agreed, court, to buy a new ambulance at the bid price, and the bid price had a $10,000 allowance for trade-in. So this is the vehicle we're trading in, but we have to declare it surplus before we can do that.
Make a motion to do so.
Motion on the floor by Magistrate Russell to approve surplusing a 2015 Chevrolet 3500 Type 3 ambulance. Is there a second? Second by Magistrate Lewis. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries. The books are tidied up. Thank you, Mike. No, we accepted his bid with that as a trade-in, so we had to surplus it so we could trade it in. Yeah, trade it in on a new one. And that was a $10,000 discount from the purchase price. Line number 12, Mike's already following us on the agenda because he's up here. Fire department update.
There you go. Morning, how you guys doing?
Good morning, sir.
Just a little, first quarter update of 2026 for the fire departments. We currently have 21 firefighters who have averaged, since January, 603 hours of training for an average of 28 hours per firefighter. We have 18 of those certified. We did lose one firefighter, but we picked up another one, so we're still at the 21 mark. We've given out several applications, so hopefully some of those will come back. Call volume, 42 runs for the quarter. As you can see, I handed out some more information. The new system I talked about last time I was up here is able to break apparatus. That way we can start lowering that ISO, that number down, so we can be on scene quicker. The second page is our mutual aid. We gave mutual aid 11 times over the last 3 months, 1 to Mackville, 6 to Springfield, and 4 to Willisburg. We received 2 mutual aid calls, 1 from Mackville and 1 from the Springfield Fire Department. Before, these numbers weren't possible with the old system, but now you'll see these every quarter to kind of give you some information. On the next page, it talks about total hours. The next couple page, total and personnel hours. What this system allows us to do is when I go up there to do paperwork, I can log into the system, and then at the end of the quarter, I can pull up a printout and it tells how many. All of our officers are doing that, and anytime anybody goes up to the fire department to do something, they're logging in to the system. That way, that will give us personnel on duty when we do our next ISO audit, probably in 2029. So, as you can see, it's hard to read. The thing was messing up. But this is the admin hours. We had 185 hours. That's broken up. We have another probably 200 hours we track from the Springfield Fire Department. So it's kind of hard for us to bounce back and forth because I might go up there for 3 hours and do mostly Washington County stuff and a little bit of Springfield, and I can't log in and track every second. So these are going to be basic numbers. And these numbers, this system did not come online until the first week of March. So we lost the whole month of January for some of these numbers. But if you add the admin hours, our man hours per call, out of those 42 calls, we had 391 man hours. So if you add that with our 603 hours of training, we're at 1,179 man hours for probably 8 weeks. That's how much time we've spent up at the fire department doing different things. As you can see, some of the information in here is blank. The reason it's blank is this system actually will tell you per person how long they spent up there and everything. And I didn't feel that was something we needed to set, pick out, hey, this person's never up there, I'm always up there, yada, yada. So it's just total hours. So if you need to see that information, I've got it with me. But that's just the general basic hours. We also got a new software to help us manage finances. That's the Washington County Fire Department profit and loss statement. We're still tweaking some things. The date up top is wrong. But it wasn't from April 16th. But if you go down through there, our dues coming in, we did get a grant for $32.50 for the fire commission for a thermal imaging camera. We purchased that and got reimbursed. And these are some of our big expenses as we've come down through here. I'm not going to go over each one individually, but if you got any questions, either now or later, just feel free to reach out. The next page is kind of our account balances. Again, I apologize for you not being able to read that very much. We still owe $1.33 million on the fire station. We've got our checking account. We've got a Station 3 fund of $60,000. Our truck fund's at $50,000. We also have another truck thrown through state aid. That money has to be separated per the Kentucky Fire Commission. That's at $41,000. Right now, we're sitting about $87,000 in our checking account. Let's see. New purchases. We purchased a new pickup truck, utility truck. It's outside. I've been driving it for a while. We purchased it from the City of Danville Fire Department. It's a 2013 F-350. 4x4 dually with the utility box on it. It had 17,900 miles, and we purchased it for $15,000. It's got $15,000 of lights on it, so we feel that was a good deal, and that's going to be utilized. It's sat for 3 years in a warehouse, so I'm driving it, kind of working the bugs out, and eventually it'll be sitting up at the fire station, and we'll use it for all kinds of things: EMS calls, rescue calls, brush fires. It's very good truck to use. Outside of that, for us, there's not much. We're still looking at lowering the ISO rating, not only on paper, but we're also going to start doing drills. I've been chief for almost 3 years now. In the last 3 months, I've had more ISO calls from insurance agencies and people in the community than I ever have. We're diligently working on trying to lower it. We're working on some things with the water company to hopefully get everybody within the 5 miles, put some extra hydrants out there. We're working on lowering the response times, the amount of people we have. We're also looking at fire stations. If you look at our county, you know, our protection district is about the size of what Boyle County is, and they have 8 fire stations, and we have 2. So we're looking at other avenues of adding fire stations. The East Texas station, we need one in Maud. We probably need one, you know, somewhere between here and Willisburg also, because the ISO, the insurance is really dialing in on that 5-mile radius and hydrants and all that. They're really dialing in on that. So I went out about 5 or 6 times and actually hand measured houses to see if they were not in the 5 miles and 1,000 feet. So we're still working on that. Willisburg Fire Department, they purchased a second set of battery operated jaws. That's going to be staged in their brush truck on the other side of the bridge when it closes. So they have some equipment on that side, so there's not such a long response time. And then their members are going to start an EMR class soon. They said they were originally supposed to start it Monday. I think that's been pushed back a little bit, but they're going to start that. Mackle, I didn't get anything back from them. So, and then we've been very busy. We've had 6 calls in the last 20 hours. So it seems it's feast or famine, it seems like. So do you guys have any questions over anything I went over?
The only thing I'd say, Mike, that if you pointed out, I didn't hear you, but the $75,000 that we have to keep in the
Yes.
account by itself to offset the federal loan.
Yes,
You
we
skipped
have
that one. So
That's money we can't even touch. It's just sitting there.
that's where we had the federal USDA loan for the building. They require us to have $75,000 in reserve at all times.
That is correct.
Until the loan's paid off.
And that'll be-
So it kind of makes the budget look like you've got more money than you really do.
Exactly.
Because it's there in the budget, but you can't spend it.
Yeah, well, and these accounts for all the stations in the truck, we know we got a quote for the station for, $318,000. So we've got to save for it, and these trucks are outrageous. I mean, they're just continuing to, it's amazing. So,
Questions? Good information.
all right, thank you, guys.
I like the report we're getting. Okay, line number 13, approval of a bid for new software. So gentlemen, what this is we are looking at getting new software for the treasurer as well as the secretary to be more efficient in their jobs, and try to get away from some ledgers, handwritten stuff, and do it all online. So the treasurer, Schrader, and Secretary Smith have gone to some classes and talked to some folks and did some research on what they thought would fit best in Washington County, talked to other county treasurers and secretaries to see what they have. And the thing that they think would suit us best is a company called Fiscal. And this company is made up of retired fiscal court treasurers. And they developed this software designed to do fiscal court's business and make it a lot more efficient. But it's not cheap. So that's why it's on the agenda to discuss with you all. Ms. Robin thinks this is the best bang for the buck after all the ones we looked at and got bids from. And this software gives us a cloud hosting subscription for $3,000, a Fiscal Books subscription for $5,000, and a Fiscal Express subscription for $3,000, and the Fiscal Court tax system, which helps us collect our occupational tax, which me and Robin have been discussing some things need to be changed on that drastically. That is $4,000. So it's a total of $15,000, and that would be annually to have access to this software. That includes technical support, 24 hours, 7 days a week. And the people we talked to said it'd be best if we're going to do it to go on and get it now, to get it in effect by July 1 for next fiscal year. So that's why it's in front of you today. So it's a total of $15,000. I think so, but it's pretty neat.
Is there a software that we're using now?
No, it's some type of software, but it's not. Most of what's been done been handwritten ledgers from.
Where do they serve?
The whole state. They've got. Robin, do you remember how many counties she said? How many counties she said?
I think she said, I want to say she said about 80.
Of the 120. It's pretty stout.
Now, are these counties looking at the coverage base? Are these counties of all scales, all sizes of budgets? Are they predominantly larger than us, smaller than us, or all across the board?
All across the board.
It would have to.
The other one that I've talked to that even sounded really something we could use was probably QuickBooks. And I think the support on this one is going to be a little better. They're people that I've been talking to are both retired treasurers. And they are willing to help and get set up, obviously. And they're going to load everything on the computers for all four of us to use. We're all going to have the same access. The person who is the president of PACFO, which is the conference that Sheila and I went to, she uses it, and she also said that she would be willing to help one-on-one with me to get started on it.
What's the price difference between QuickBooks and this new software here?
QuickBooks was cheaper, but then there was more fees involved yearly. The setup was cheaper, but the fees were higher, as I understood it.
I don't think it's going to involve the occupational tax section either. This is
Yeah.
this is kind of set up for counties. This Fiscal Soft is set up for the state of Kentucky. They're out of Lexington, but most of the people who work remotely. And they said that they are going to come and help us move the information that we have now into this new software. And by starting now, we can get kind of a head start on setting up the businesses and all the information in, even though we're really probably not going to use the reporting and everything until July. But we don't want to start in July. But this is paying for the next year, from July to June, basically. They're just letting us get started earlier so that we can get set up. They said we could have access to it within a couple of weeks.
This doesn't affect the payroll for all the employees.
We do the payroll outsourced, but there is software that we could buy from them that includes payroll and not outsource it. And that's something we might look at down the road if this gets approved, but we're taking baby steps right now.
What is it costing us right now with our outsourced system?
I don't have that number. It's a percentage. It's a percentage of the payroll. Sheila would know, but she's on sick leave.
So at 15,000, that's just to cover how long?
That's a year. That's per year. That's an annual payment.
Is that a contract signed
It will be.
multiple years or what?
It goes year to year.
That's awful expensive.
I gotta disagree, because if, we don't do something with some software, you're gonna be hiring an assistant treasurer. You go pay a salary on somebody else and see how expensive that's gonna get.
We can't do that much cheaper. I mean, I'm paying $4,000 a year in QuickBooks just for 3 employees and a small business. So 15 for what y'all want to do is a lot, but compared to what I'm paying for my own business, it's not. I'll make a motion that we accept that and move on.
Motion on floor, Manager Carrico, to approve Fiscal Soft's quote of $15,000 a year for, support, technical support, account services support. There we go. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Magistrate Russell. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you. That would bring us to line number 14, old business, new business, and I do have some stuff for new business. So this came in after the agenda went out, so that's why it's on new business. So I thought I'd go on and get it out of the way. It's just housekeeping, but it has to be done now or later. So KYTC road agreement came through for the fiscal year 26-27 that we have to enter into a memorandum of agreement with them so we can receive our road funds. So this is a appropriations for the county road aid fund. The county's appropriation of county road funds shall be based on the revenue estimates supplied by the Office of State Budget Director in the fiscal year beginning July 1/26 in the amount of $959,226.31. And that is an estimated amount of money that we get from the state next fiscal year to help with the road department. And that is down from last year.
What was it last year?
Right at $1 million. So we're down about 41,000. But the estimate was right at $1 million, but we're not gonna get that $1 million either, because they've already cut we got our 60% of the estimate in July, August, and then we got our 30% in January, but we didn't get our 30%. They cut it by 5% and we only got 25%. So then we'll get if there's any money to give, we'll get our 10 in July after it's figured. So the estimate they give out, this $959,000 is an estimate. The 10% will be based on the actual money they take in and disperse out to the counties based on population, based on roads, miles of road. So it will be adjusted to 10%. Sometimes it can be 11 or it can be 7, depending on how much revenue came in. They are projecting it to be down based on revenue they have halfway through the fiscal year. That's why we didn't get to 5%. So we don't know how much of the 10% we're going to get, if any. So this estimate I'm asking for approval today would be the estimate of $959,000 to enter into this agreement. And there is the resolution that goes along with that we have to adopt. So I'll need motions on that as well. So we'll do the Resolution 2026-02, a resolution adopting and approving the execution of County Road Aid Program contract between Fiscal Court and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Transportation Cabinet, Department of Rural and Municipal Aid for the fiscal year of July 1, 2026, as provided by the Kentucky Revised Statute, and accepting all roads and streets referred to therein being a part of the county road system. All those in favor signify. Let's see, you made the motion. Stephen made the motion. Is there a second? And that seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries. You all have to sign where you voted for that. Please return. While we're doing that signature page around, we'll move on to my other new business, another housekeeping thing. We have to set salaries for all elected officials and any officials who are not full-time or not hourly wages. So for the auditor's purposes, I have in front of me, I think you all have it on your desk too, The elected officials' salary increase would be 2.7, that's magistrates, coroners, and county attorney, and all others receive 2.7, deputy judge, county attorney secretary, deputy coroner, ambulance service consultant, dog warden, park laborer, museum director, treasurer of the jail fund, and deputies jail fund. And magistrate expense allowance and law librarian is not included in these. Jailer Joe Mudd will receive a cost of living increase that the judge, sheriff, and clerks receive at the beginning of 2027. And the records have to reflect that. Motion to approve would be accepted. Motion on the floor, Magistrate Carrico, to approve the salaries for non-elected officials and non-hourly officials for 2026, 2027. Is there a second? Second everywhere. Magistrate Lewis. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Ms. Brett, do you have a copy for the minutes?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay, that's all the new business and old business I have. Does anyone else have any new or old business they'd like to bring to court? If not, I'll move on to bills and transfers. Motion on the floor, Magistrate Carney, to approve bills and transfers as presented. Is there a second? Second by Magistrate Medley. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Motion carries. Under announcements, we touched on it briefly, but Hayden Brothers Road will be closed to all through traffic, and I mean all through traffic, as of May the 1st, from other ends. We did receive a check in announcements from Workman's Comp, an insurance provider, and basically every year we estimate the premium, then the premium is audited and based on what amount of exposure we have, so we got a check back reimbursed $6,834.29. That's a pretty close estimate for the amount of employees we got, so I'll take the money back, but I don't want to overpay. And also the announcements, the bathroom adjacent to the county clerk's office is being remodeled. So it is currently under construction. That was budgeted in this fiscal year to remodel, and it was desperately needed. It's going to be extremely nice when we get done. And it's probably 50%, maybe 60% complete. Brett went and picked out the floor colors yesterday, so good deal. Other announcements, our next meeting will be Monday, May the 11th, 2026. The Green Festival will be this Saturday, tomorrow, April 25th, right outside the door here. The budget workshop will be Monday, May 4th at 9 o'clock, right here. The Budweiser Clydesdale's Full Hitch Parade is Thursday, May 7th, 2026, and that is going to be huge, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's going to be something to see, and I think it's going to be a big crowd. And what it means by full hitch, they're going to hitch the big Clydesdales up to the wagon and parade the wagon down the street. And I think it's going to be an exciting time for Springfield/Washington County. The Willisburg Memorial Day Festival will be May 23rd, 2026. And there's no golfers here today to announce a hole-in-one, so with that, I'll go to line item number 17.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned by Magistrate Carrico. We're adjourned.
Productions and on demand on your favorite devices? That's right. We're streaming on Apple TV, Roku TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Catch every moment online at gng.live or follow the action live on Facebook and YouTube. Wherever you are, we've got you covered. G&G Productions, your news, sports, and community activities brought to you live and free.